Good morning. My name is Rowe and I'm the Senior Career Development Advisor with responsibility for the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences. When I ask students why they came to university, the majority of them will say, to get a good job. Now, what they mean by a good job varies from student to student. Some students want to have a job where they're going to earn a lot of money. Others prefer to go into something where they feel they're making a difference. But by and large, their reasons for coming are because they want, at the end of their degree, to be employed. Now, the university takes their employability very seriously. It's very high on their agenda. But what do we actually mean by employability? It's a word that's bandied around an awful lot. And basically it is being capable of getting and keeping fulfilling work and obtaining new employment if required. The university helps students to focus on this by assisting their transition into work and by developing their employability through the courses that they are taking within the university. Now, employment and employability are not the same things. When you are employed, you have a job, but is that job going to be one that you can sustain throughout your working life? You may be employed, but you may not be employable. Many people during the recession have discovered this to their cost. Their jobs have disappeared and they don't have the skills or the abilities to move into something different and to maintain their employability. We are trying within the university to ensure that the students that we have the skills or abilities that would allow them to move into new areas of employment if indeed they had to. To be employed is to be at risk. To be employable is to be secure. So throughout your working life, you will need to develop your skills and capabilities so that you are able to sell them to employers. These are some of the skills that employers want. You will see there that some are the kind of skills that you would develop through your course. For example, numeracy, writing skills, analysis, but others are skills that you would develop outside the university. For example, communication skills and team working, developing your confidence and being able to make decisions. Look at what Procter & Gamble are saying in their recruitment literature. We are looking for more than just a good academic record. We want people who are smart and savvy leaders, who stand out from the crowd, who are able to get things done. We want to hear about your achievements at work, in clubs, societies, voluntary and community activities, and see how you have stretched and challenged yourself and others. So you see, a degree in itself is not enough. You're going to need more. Now, in the Career Development Centre, we are specifically helping you to acquire those skills, to recognise them and to be able to evidence them. Not only do we offer individual guidance and help when you require it, but also we have a whole range of career development learning programs which are integral to the programs of study which you will be taking. We have a number of bespoke modules, and these are used for particular programs. For example, students who are going to undertake a pre-registration year in optometry need particular help in preparing their applications. There is also our career and personal and professional development framework. In this, we offer a range of modules each year which are designed to be generic. These deal with things like career choice, self-assessment, job hunting, and making successful applications. These modules are assessed, but there are others that aren't, and there is also a generic core program that we offer to everyone. At the end of your degree, you will come out with a range of skills which you can use. And one of the major things that you will need is to be able to stand out from the crowd. And what can give you this? Work experience. Recently in the press, you may have seen that there was a survey of graduates and recruitment of graduates. This was undertaken by the top employers in the country. You may have seen from that one of the things that has happened recently is that graduates have been recruited from previous work experience with the employer. Now, from a point of view of the employer, this makes perfect sense because it acts as a continuous interview. If they like the student likes them, then it's a good fit and they are prepared to offer a permanent job on graduation. Now, the University of Ulster is actually one of the leading providers of work-based learning in the whole of the UK, and students here will normally have a year out, particularly within the School of Biomedical Sciences. Those students who are taking degrees such as dietetics, optometry and pharmacy will have a clinical placement. Those who are taking the diploma in industrial studies will normally have a year out in industry, which is absolutely invaluable. Some decide they would actually prefer to spend a year studying abroad. We have a wonderful programme which used to be known as the Business Education Initiative, is now known as Study USA, and gives them a chance to have a year out in the States studying business, and that really does make them stand out from the crowd. We also have short-term and part-time work opportunities. Short-term work in vacations can be very useful and can be a way of getting some very relevant experience. Part-time work whilst they are studying is something that most students want to do because they will want to make some money. But there are also a whole range of transferable skills that they can get from that, and that again is useful. However, there has to be a balance between study and work. Volunteering is very much encouraged by the university and again is an excellent way of not only giving something back but also increasing your skills and abilities. Much of this experience can be accredited. There is a work experience module which you may wish to take. Also within the university there are numerous opportunities to take part in clubs and societies. Perhaps you will take up a new sport, or get involved in the workings of the Students' Union, where being an office bearer is extremely useful in developing skills of organisation. You might wish to become the student representative for your course. Here you will attend meetings with academic staff and will act as a liaison between other people on your courses and with the staff themselves. If you have any concerns, this is where you raise them. And believe me, the staff do take notice. The Science Shop is a somewhat unwieldy name for a very, very valuable experience. Students here undertake a project with a local voluntary organisation, often using this for their final year dissertation. Some of the things they have done are a survey of young carers within Northern Ireland, or looking at why the kind of advertisements for trying to get people not to smoke or to take drugs are not actually all that successful. If you're thinking of teaching, the Tutoring in Schools programme is something which will allow you to get some experience in the classroom. Here you'll see a screen drop of the student portal. This is the My Career tab, and you will see from there, over on your right hand side, the iLink. This is our virtual job shop, and it is where you will find work experience opportunities. Just below it you will see Careers Connect. This is our main job board and is where we post vacancies that are notified to us by employers. You may be asking, well, with all this employability, what do graduates do? And your second question may be, how do we know? Students leave the university, they go all over the world. How would you know what happens to them? Well, every year we conduct the annual Destination of Leavers from Higher Education, the Delhi survey. This happens in all UK universities, and it follows up the graduates 6 months post-graduation. Those that graduate from us in the winter are surveyed in April. Those who graduate from us in the summer are surveyed in January. The data that we collect is returned to something called the Higher Education Statistics Agency, HESA. You would have seen in newspapers such as The Guardian and The Independent and The Times league tables, and in those league tables there is something about the employability of graduates in particular universities. This is where those statistics come from. But you must remember, it is very early days. 6 months post-graduation hardly gives a graduate time to get settled into a career, and therefore these statistics do not present a complete picture of what happens to our graduates. We are currently surveying those students who left us in the academic year of 2009 and 2010. The statistics that you are looking at now are from 2008 to 2009. In that year, you will see that our statistics for the university were actually rather better than those for the UK as a whole. We had 69.4% of our graduates in employment. The UK statistics show 59.2%. Some students are both working and studying simultaneously. In that case, you will see that there is slightly over 8% in the Ulster statistics. And with further study, we are slightly below those in the UK. We have 10.57%, the UK has 15.4%. For those who are unemployed and seeking work, our statistics are very marginally below those of the UK as a whole. We had 8.5%, the UK had 8.9%. Now again, although it's attractive to students to take degrees that have a clear outcome and are very vocational, some students are worried by this. They feel that perhaps they're going to get trapped in a career that they really don't wish to continue to pursue. Don't worry, you don't have to work in a lab. 40% of all jobs advertised are for graduates from any discipline. So what you can enter is very wide, and students do. For example, recently, in the last few years, quite a number of our biomedical science graduates have applied to undertake training in medicine. If you look at the list of job titles that I'm now putting up for you, you will see that there are a very wide range of things that you may enter. You may still wish to do an accountancy. You can do that. You don't have to have studied business studies. If you want to go into banking or financial services, you have a very good background, and in fact that is an area of work in Northern Ireland at present which is extremely buoyant. If you're good at computing, you may wish to transfer into computing. If you wish to do that, you can. You may also wish to have a look at doing something like retail management or even social work. There are many opportunities, and by taking postgraduate study, you can actually change direction altogether if you wish to do so. So, is a degree worthwhile? Well, we have a knowledge economy, and a knowledge economy needs skilled workers. The value of a degree certainly still does give you the opportunity to increase your earnings over your lifetime, and this is particularly true for women. 30% of jobs in Northern Ireland, if you look at the Belfast Telegraph, you will see this. They require that you have a degree for entry. If you don't have a degree, you're not even on the starting blocks. And the current downturn does not mean that there is a drop in demand for higher level skills. They're still needed, there are still jobs out there, and in 4 years' time, who knows, the situation in terms of the labour market may be very, very different. So finally, despite the recession, a degree is still very much worthwhile. Choose a subject in which you are interested. Obtain some work experience. Get involved in activities that will develop your skills. And create an action plan for yourself. Even if it doesn't work out, it's better to have a goal than not to have. And finally, enjoy your time at university. Don't party to the detriment of gaining some skills. And if you wish to contact the Career Development Centre for more information, we are very, very happy to provide you with it. Thank you for looking at this short presentation, and please enjoy your time at the University of Ulster.
Brilliant.